Alright guys, welcome back to another tutorial, and in this video what I want to do is I want to start talking to you guys about using images in a responsive website. Now I say start talking to you guys because covering every topic regarding images is actually probably going to take 3 or 4 tutorials, but for right now I'll just show you guys how to make a very simple background and also how to use images properly just outside the background, such as these icons, the banner image, so on and so forth. So let me adjust myself because this is going to be a good one. Alright, so the first technique that we can do in order to make a proper background is first use a tiled image. Now a tiled image is different from a regular image in that you can take, actually I have an example right here, this is the one I use on my website. It's an image that you can take, and if you stack it to the left or to the right of it, it looks like one seamless image. And also a true tiled image is you can also stack it on top or on the bottom of the regular image, and it looks like one seamless image no matter how many you have. So an example of an image that isn't tiled is this. If you were to take this main banner image and stack it on top or the bottom of each other, you're clearly going to be able to tell where one starts and the other one stops. So that would be an image that's not tileable. This, however, is. So if you just want to go to Google and type in like tiled images, you can pick any one of those just for an example. But if you want to use this one, then it's buckysroom.org/images/darkhardwood.jpg. So go ahead and copy this, and once you have the URL, what we need to do is we need to hop over in our CSS file and set a background image for this web page. Because right now, if you looked at it, check it out. It's pretty boring looking right now. So let's go ahead and spice it up. So whenever you want to add a background image to your website, we need to add the body element. The body is pretty much the entire website. It's what all your content is surrounded in. So whenever we add an image to the body, it sets it as the background. So how do we add an image to it? Well, what we want to do is we want to access the background property, and we want to pass it in a URL. Now, if the image is just saved somewhere on your computer, then your path is going to be like images. I don't know, whatever your background image is named, image, or like background.jpg, I guess. This would be a good example. But since we're just using an image from the computer as an example, we can pass it in that full URL and it'll work fine. Now, another keyword that we have to add is repeat. Now, this is going to tell CSS is that take this image and repeat it in the X and Y direction, which means left and right, and also on top and bottom. So take this image and stack it so it pretty much tiles in as one big seamless image no matter how big your window is. So now if we save this and refresh our page, we can see that no matter how big we stretch our window, how wide or how tall it is. Remember, the width of the original image was only somewhere around here, so it automatically repeats it or stacks it or tiles it. So that's one way that we can use our images in responsive web design. Now, another thing I want to show you guys is this. Here. Actually, let's find a couple images that we can add. And go ahead and get one big one. So go ahead and find an image that's like I want to say like around 600 or 700 pixels wide. And go ahead and throw it in right under your div. So the div, of course, is the main menu bar at the top. And what I want to do is I want to add this image on the bottom. So I just copied the main banner for my homepage and set that as your source. So now we have something like this. Alright, looks pretty cool right there. Now, of course, the problem with this is pretty much whenever we just add the image like this, it isn't responsive. Now what that means is even though it looks good right here, whenever we start shrinking our window, check it out. If we were looking at it on a phone, half the image would be cut off. Not very cool. So what we need to do is we need to find a way that we can pretty much adjust this image according to the size of the window. Now you may be thinking this. What we can do, just really easy, is access that image and set the width equal to 100%. So what this is going to do is it's going to get the width of your window and set the image so it either shrinks or expands according to the window size. However, this causes one problem. If we add image width equals 100, okay, it seems to be adapting to the window size, but whenever we expand greater than the width of the original image, we lose a lot of quality. And this image is kind of hard to see, so let me actually go get a smaller image. Actually, if I go to my... Alright, so let me copy this, and it'll be easy to see what's going on. And someone's sending me emails in the middle of my tutorial. Actually, it's probably my fault for not turning my phone off, but whatever. Alright, so actually, if you go get an image that's like 200 pixels wide, it'll probably demonstrate this earlier. I mean, better. Why did I say earlier? That doesn't make sense. Alright, so check this out. So even though we have an image, and on small devices it may look good because it does indeed shrink and expand according to your window, whenever we have a window that's larger than the original image, we start losing a lot of quality. So instead of just having your image widths of 100%, what we can do instead is set a max width of the image as 100%. Now whenever we save this, check out what happens. What this is going to do is pretty much tell your website, okay, we have an image on here. Now the biggest that this image can potentially be is its normal size, 100% of the image. Now if we ever get smaller than that, then just go ahead and shrink it to the size of the window. So whenever we use max width, this is the preferred means to add images in a responsive web design because it can never lose any quality, in the sense that if you grow it larger than necessary, it doesn't expand and lose that quality. And also, no matter how small we shrink the window, it can also shrink or expand accordingly to fit our website. So pretty freaking cool. I mean, sometimes you're probably just going to want to use width in some weird situations, but most of the time, max width is the beautiful or I don't know, what's it called? The beautiful balance between quality and also responsive flexibility. So for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I gotta go check my email, and I will smell you guys later.